How's it going, everybody? As promised, here is the Motherlode 12 from the last PSF key that we barely timed. I do not have a whole lot of hopes for this one. The only thing I got going for me, I did pick some people that, except for the healer, they have all timed at least one 12 before. One of them has two 12s timed. I am the only one that only has two 11s timed. So here we go. I did get a lot luckier this run with my procs. As you can see here, Blood Beast procced early on. Actually got up to 60 million damage per second here at one point, which is just crazy. What I found odd, and I don't know if this was a glitch or if that's just normal for 12s, but the affix where you have to get decursed, it did not pop up even once during this run. So that is something I have to look into. I'm not sure if that was supposed to be the case or if we just got super lucky. But I hope you enjoy this run. This is officially my first timed plus 12. This was even closer than the last one. With this, we had 3 seconds left before the timer ran out. So extremely close, but we timed it. Super proud, super awesome team. And let's just watch. By the way, I am still running with only the 2 set of the new TOPs. I do have the other 2 set from the last TOPs just to get the extra 8% minion buff. And I cannot wait for Tuesday to finally get my 4 set. This key now gave me a Darkflame 13. And to be honest, I can't wait to run that one, because in my opinion, that is one of the easiest ones this season. Got a 663 Shaman in here, and he's awesome. He does some serious damage throughout the entire dungeon. The Priest is pretty good too, but the Priest is more aligned with me, although he is also 663. But yeah, overall, really happy with this group. Not sure if you're familiar with Motherlode. There is quite a few like this. For example, this circle, once you get this on you, you want to run it out of the group because it shoots you up in the air. And you also want to position yourself to make sure you don't get pushed into any other groups and pull them by accident. So best thing, when you get that circle on you, walk out of the group towards the direction where you guys came from, like I am right now. See how I'm being pushed back? And that way you don't have to worry about pulling any additional groups, possibly wiping. There's my Blood Beast again, procced at the worst time. At this point I'm pretty much used to it. Don't even get upset over it anymore. At the end of this video, I do have a breakdown of the DPS meter. Like I said in the beginning, I did get a lot luckier this run as the last one with the procs, especially on the Blood Beast. So we'll go over that right as the dungeon ends, and I'll show you the breakdown of it. These mobs here, that's pretty annoying too. They spawn these giant green circles, and some kind of poison. You want to stay away from them. If you are a DK and you pop your anti-magic shell, you can walk through those. It will not hurt you. At this point in the dungeon, I'm still hanging on and not popping my anti-magic shell because I'm waiting for the affix to show up. But it does not show up throughout the entire run, which, again, I don't know if that's normal or if that's just lucky for us. So with this boss, really the only mechanic you have to watch out for, and this is where you need just about everybody's help except for the tank, it will spawn random soccer balls. Here they are. You get those soccer balls, stand right in front of them, an arrow will pop up. You will point that arrow towards the boss, and then you will right-click that soccer ball, and it will kick him into the boss. If you leave any soccer balls on the ground, it does gigantic damage to the group, so you want to make sure you don't miss any of those soccer balls. And here with this group I got really lucky. As you could see, the first spawn I didn't have to get any of the balls. I think throughout the entire fight I only kicked like 2 or 3, because all the ranged are taking care of it, including the healer. Soccer ball right behind me and I'm just oblivious to it. Gosh, Shaman and the Priest are just killing it in that single target damage. I love it. Really glad I picked those guys. This is why I primarily only run my own keys. I don't feel like I'm good enough yet at a higher level, where I could join somebody else's higher key, because I don't want to be the person that ruins them. That is a really crappy feeling. And on the other side, on the good note, when you run your own keys, you generally always pick people a little bit more experienced, a little bit higher gear, and therefore have a better chance of timing that key. So that's pretty much it for the first boss fight. This is a very easy fight. Probably one of the easiest in the whole season right now. And here we go to the next groups. Only really annoying thing about these is they will spawn these exploding circles on the ground, like a lot of them, and you just have to make sure you run out of it. Here they are. Best thing to do is, like our tank did here, he runs them back to where the boss was. That way we have enough room and don't have to worry about running into any other groups and possibly pulling them. They spawn quite often, so it is very important that you have enough room when you pull these groups. Like, let's say we would have pulled them up there where the marker is right now. There is a 90% chance somebody would have pulled that group to the left of us right now, which, sorry you couldn't see, but same thing with this group. They spawn these same circles, but since it is on a hill, I'm going to show you a trick here in a little bit, which works for me 9 out of 10 times. As soon as they spawn the circles, like right now, I walk to the edge of the hill. And normally, there's always at least one spot right at the edge where you're going to be safe. That's crazy. Only one death so far, which in my opinion is pretty impressive. Especially proud that it wasn't me for once. Oh, second death. Shouldn't have said something. Pretty good Blood Beast proc right here. By the way, all these people have 4 tier pieces. I'm literally the only one running around with only 2 out of 4. We are almost at the second boss. This is going to be the last group before the boss. And these are pretty much all identical. They just spawn circles on the ground. Try to avoid them and do as much AoE damage as possible. What I love about the Death Knight is as soon as you put the Defile down, the cleave damage inside is just amazing. Just want to make sure you always have your plagues up and your festering wounds. Oh, sorry. This is the last group for the boss. Pretty steep hill. Cooldowns here because I know we're about to start the boss fight and we have Lust ready to go. So I definitely don't want to waste my cooldowns on this group as our damage seems to be pretty good as it is. This is where I don't even want to hit Vampiric Strike anymore because I don't want my Blood Beast to proc right here. And then we start the boss fight and it's going to take forever for it to proc. So if you play with that talent, just be aware of it. That right before a major pull, try to hit the Vampiric Strike as little as possible to up your chance of having the Blood Beast proc early on. So here we go, second boss. One of these 2 little ads will automatically put a skull in for you. It'll become an infused ad, and that is the one you have to focus on and just burn down as quickly as possible, otherwise it'll buff the boss. So make sure you focus on that one. As soon as that's down, a lot of people focus the other ad. I generally damage the other ad by cleave damage. I still focus the boss after the first ad is down and just damage the second one by cleave damage, AoE, etc. Now if you are playing as a Death Knight, the boss will, well, this is his frontal, you never want to stand in that, that will instantly kill you, but he also does a I think it's called a smash, where a brown circle pops up around him. You definitely don't want to stand in that, but you can be near it, especially if this one right here. If you have anti-magic shell ready, like I just popped right now, as you can see, the entire group took damage except for me. The anti-magic shell absorbs it all, which is really nice. Here DBM will tell you once the new ad will spawn, and it will also tell you once to target it. Like right now it's got the skull on it again, so focus it down, burn it down as quickly as possible. after it's dead, like right now, go right back on the boss and just worry about the other ad with cleave damage. The boss does do these frontals quite a bit, so make sure you never stand in front of him. If you have a good tank, generally they keep it away from the group. But if you're melee like me, just always stay to his side or behind the boss when you damage him. That's generally the safest spot. And one last ad. And another frontal. Oh, actually, we might get one more ad. Looking at the book. No, never mind. That was the last one. Popping anti-magic shell. Taking no damage. And that's it for the second boss. And there's my stupid blood beast again. Now, with these groups, they have something very, very annoying. They spawn tiny little golden circles, which are very hard to see, as you can see right now. Like, for example, right here, I didn't see that I was standing close to one or on one. And if that happens, you do get silenced for 6 seconds, which really, really sucks. I mean, I suffer a lot of damage. Also, obviously you can't pop any defenses. You can just sit there and walk. Hope for the best. So try to avoid these little golden circles at all costs. And then they turn into these whirlwinds that you can see right there. Those will do the same thing. You touch these whirlwinds, you will get stunned for about 6 seconds. Not stunned, silenced, I apologize. You can move, you just can't do anything. These silence circles, they are coming up throughout all these mobs right here. This was a very good pull for me. Everything procced. Come the circles again. What helps a lot is if you stack throughout these fights. That way all the circles spawn in the same spot. But on a 12, it's pretty hard. I was pretty stressed out. I was very focused, and I did not pay attention to my placement when it comes to the circles. Neither did the rest of the group, apparently. It's just important that you avoid them once they do pop up. Pretty good damage here. Now here, this is the last group where these silencing circles pop up. It's also a pretty tough group because you don't have a lot of room. As you can see, there's a lot of them. So you want to burn this group down as quickly as possible. And then right after this group is when we get to the third boss of the dungeon. which in my opinion is also one of the easiest ones of Season 2. Because all you have to worry about is pointing in the right direction when he casts his spray on you, or whatever it's called. I'll show you here in a second. So definitely stay out of those. That ground will kill you. Now he will pick one person. That person needs to run as close to the bad ground as possible, which, as you can see with the ground markers. And this is the spray. So what that does, it gets rid of the hazardous ground. So you want to aim it at wherever the most of the hazardous ground is. That way it frees up a lot of space for you to fight the boss. So the propellant is what it's called. See, now it's on me. I'm going to clear this area out right here. Pop my anti-magic shell so I don't take any damage from it. And now we have a lot of room to fight him. Now, everything we cleared does show up in hazardous ground now. So you want to run through there and run to the area that we didn't clear before, because that one is now cleared. And now basically just rinse and repeat. There's the propellant. Clears the way for us. The next that gets the propellant is going to clear that area to the left, which is actually me. Oh, I don't know why he didn't do it this time. I've seen that happen a couple times before. Like, he'll target you, but then he actually doesn't do it. Anyways, Shaman got it. Priest, sorry. That was the priest. And now same thing. I want to run over there. Everything we didn't clear, because there's quite a bit of room. Now, this is a different one. This is the one I was saying earlier. You want to lay it as closely to the damaged ground as possible, because it will just put more down. So at this point, until the next propellant, which is right now, you have very, very little room. Especially if you put it in the wrong areas. I've had runs before where literally the entire ground was covered, and we either had to stand in the water, which also damages you, or we had to stand in that hazardous ground. But with this group it's going pretty good. Got one blast on me, not a whole lot to clear here. And that is it for the third boss. Now, this is the last stretch before the fourth and final boss. As you can see, we have a little over, just under 9 minutes left. These are also, this is probably the most annoying part of the dungeon, because you have these bombs that, for one, they're there and they wake up when you get close to them, but they will also spawn in tiny little circles, sometimes right underneath you. And as soon as the bomb touches you, it instantly kills you. So whenever you see a bomb, do your best to slow it, freeze it, slow it, chain it, whatever you can. Just don't let it get to the person that it's targeting. You will see the person it's targeting, like the shaman right now, it'll have a red string attached. This one's on me, so what I do generally, I put ice chains on all of them, which slows them down for quite a bit. And then just stay away from them and damage them from a distance. Now I just butt pulled that group, freaked out, and ran right into the bomb. So that is definitely something you don't want to do. But it was really my first mistake throughout this run, so kind of forgiving myself. There's another bomb. Just want to slow them. And then everybody should focus these bombs and just cleave damage the regular guys, because the bombs are way more important. As you can see, this one almost reached the priest, and I death gripped it away from him. because as long as the bombs are not targeting you, you can touch them, they will not explode. They will only explode on the person it targets once it touches them. See these tiny circles? There's more bombs spawning right underneath. Which sometimes there's a lot going on and you just don't see it. So this is definitely the most annoying part of the whole dungeon, in my opinion. Now this is the last stretch. We are running through to the stairs. A lot of bombs right here. See, I touched that one, nothing happened. If I were to touch this one right here, I would explode. So now we just got just under 6 minutes left for the last boss fight, and there's 2 more big guys. There is a little bit of a miscommunication here now, because the tank set skipped this. So the shaman pretty much sacrificed himself, thinking we would all die and just get rezzed afterwards. That turned out not to be the case. We were actually killing them as we go. There goes the shaman. You see in the chat, we die, right? Question mark. And then the tank goes, nope. We still have 2 battle reses ready. So it really isn't that big of a deal right now. Just need to burn them down quicker. I mean, if you see the health bar, it barely goes down, and we are now just over the 4-minute mark to complete this. Again, I am sweating at this point. First 12 ever that I ever even attempted, and I was getting a little upset that, man, thinking we got so close, but we're gonna miss it by like 10 seconds or 20 seconds or something like that. But the good news is we do have Lust ready, so I think he's popping Lust pretty much right after the pull. And here we go. We have 3.5 minutes left roughly to kill this boss. Lusted very early on and just popping every cooldown, burning him down as quickly as possible. There's not a whole lot of mechanics in this fight. Just as you saw right now, he does a spinning circle where he does like a machine gun, and you don't want to stand in that. Then he does this rocket that's following me right now. You just want to walk this rocket out of the group and let it explode away from the group. You don't want to have the rocket explode once any one of your group members is in that red circle. It does a lot of damage to them. Here's the machine gun again. Never want to stand in that shadow. Always stay behind him. Then about at the 50% mark, which is just about coming up, he will spawn 2 ads. Want to kill those ads, and he goes up in the air like he did right now. Now, as you can see me looking confused, looking for the ad, looking for which one we are focusing. Turns out I was at the wrong one, so we're killing this one. Also, these oil cans have popped up. So, see the first one jump to that one, and it spawns a circle, and this is where he's going to land. The next one is on me, so once you have that yellow arrow on you, you want to go right next to an oil can, because this is where he's going to land. And he is going to get damaged and lose his shield by doing that. At that point, once he's done it about 3 times, the shield is off and he will come back to the ground. want to make sure the ads are down by that time. And keep focusing the boss, rinse and repeat. There's the rocket circle again. Guys walking it out of the group. Of course, never stay in the red circles. That's a given. Now we have 52 seconds left. Circle on me again. Running it out of the group. Letting it explode here. Getting pulled back into the group, which is very nice. And the machine gun again. Don't ever stand in that. 30 seconds to go. Once you get the boss at this point to 0, he will jump out of that flying thing that he's in, and then you actually have to kill the boss. Thankfully, he does not have a whole lot of health, but still, at this point, I still think 15 seconds to go. We're not going to time it. We're going to be over by like 5 seconds. Good news is, we did have cooldowns ready, and we are burning him quick. 4 seconds to go, and we did time it. That is my first 12. We did beat it. Everybody's pretty happy. I give praise to the group. It was a really awesome group. It was a fun run. And as a bonus, I got a ring that I really, really needed. It is a major upgrade. I was running around with a Omen crafted level 636 ring. This one is 655 and upgradable. Of course, people are going to ask for it, but I cannot give it away. I was waiting for this ring. And here is the damage breakdown. Blood is life in 4th spot, meaning I got a lot more lucky with the procs with the Blood Beast this time than last run. Vampiric Strike, still number 1. It is absolutely the most powerful spec. Scourge Strike is good too, but I would highly recommend to put the talent tree to Vampiric Strike. I will put my talents in the comments. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And again, thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.